Hey, before you go, are you still the best kept secret in your industry? And what would be different if more people actually knew how good you are? Well, introducing In Demand, my monthly membership for coaches and consultants just like you who are ready to stop hiding and start using speaking to grow their business. You don't need more items on your to-do list. You need visibility, confidence, and clients. And that's exactly what In Demand helps you build. One member actually said this gave me the confidence to land my first paid speaking gig. If you've been thinking, someday I'll put myself out there, today is the day. Doors are now open, and you can join us for our next live training at speakandstandout.com/IND for in demand, and that link is down below. Your audience is waiting. You are listening to the podcast Be in Demand. This is all about how to leverage public speaking events. So if you're a coach, a consultant, a service provider, you are in the right place. Today is a speaker breakthrough session. This is where I actually coach one of my audience members. They come on the show and we coach on whatever is holding them back from actually getting their message out into the world. And if you would like to book your very own speaker breakthrough session, the link is down below. And I'll also talk a little bit more about where you can sign up at the end. So, Ray, good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, Ray, what do you do? What is it that you want to speak on?
Laurie-Ann, um, I've written a book, What Bad We Do, Don't Ever Cross the Line. I got that same day, that title, the same day I was retiring. And with my last customer, we're saying goodbye. And I mentioned about him about a calling that I had 5 years before. And he said, Ray, what'd you do with it? And I said, what do you mean, Pete? He said, Ray, you were given a gift. You know what an awakening is? I mean, a true awakening from the
Mhm.
man upstairs.
Yep,
And
you had an angel.
I said, Pete, oh my God, it was like, okay, I've stepped into another world. And I said, okay. Well, I said goodbye. I got home. It was, the afternoon. That night, the next day, I had the title of the book, What Bad We Do. And I knew what I was going to write about. Exactly what I was going to write. And I never
Mm,
wrote a printed word before. And
fantastic.
that was 7 years. Okay.
Okay.
It was a long time getting the right book. Got it together. Uh, and then one of the I call my book my chapters problems. In there
Mhm.
is pornography, and I really started getting interested in the research as far as how bad in the world, not just the United States, but in the world, pornography is. But nobody, Laurie-Ann, nobody talks about the kids.
Mm.
There are kids in the videos. No, everybody's skirts in the way, or oh, I know. I just watched it. It's an adult decision that we watch, but you're not thinking of the damage being done to the children, and
That
that's
are
why I've become an advocate. I have a petition on change.org. I just wrote a book, Ashamed ebook, 10 ways to help you stop watching porn. That's my kind of direction now. I want to start speaking to kids in high schools, okay, colleges. 16 to 24 years old is the 60% of the market. Is people there. The dopamine effect is terrible.
Mhm.
Terrible thing that these kids go, and some don't come out of it for a long time. And there's a lot going on with me with that over the next 6 months. So, and I
Okay.
need to speak a little. I need to speak to address that.
Okay. So, what would you like to get out of our time together today?
I need, I need a kind of a path. Okay. And I know this is your thing.
Mhm.
You're here.
Okay.
There's reasons why we're here.
True.
Yes.
Okay. What is the title? I'm guessing that you already have a speech that's written, ready to go if somebody called you today.
Stop watching porn, saves the children and the viewer.
Okay. What's your message?
You got to look inside. I think by mentioning the show, I'm going to awaken a lot of people and say, "Oh my God, he's right." We are in such an oblivious world of a me generation that we don't. We're only thinking of ourselves. But all of a
Mhm.
sudden, you tell somebody you're responsible for the lives that you're affecting, and I think the ones that really want to get out of it, though, a lot of them, most of them want to get out of it. Some they're new at this and they're enjoying it. Okay. They're not enjoying it like they thought in the beginning because they've gone through a marriage, they've gone through girlfriends, they've gone through.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, Ray. I want to know your message, what you are speaking on about awareness, prevention, healing, or accountability?
Actually, all of the above.
Okay, I want you to pick one. Here's
Awareness.
why. Here's
Awareness.
why. I want you to understand this. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to lead with one, but you can still talk about the others in your speech. Which one will it be?
Awareness.
Okay. So now you're essentially you're becoming an advocate, well, which you already are, but you are going to be talking about the awareness. I understand what you're doing and what it brought up some stuff for me. Like if a meeting planner is going to bring you in, okay, if they're going to bring you in to speak for their meeting, and we're going to be talking about awareness, how are we going to change your title
I
so that your
also
title is about awareness and not sort of, I mean, you already just said that you wrote another book called Ashamed. So we don't want to shame the audience. We want to encourage them. Like you are building up this awareness about this problem. And like and when I read your application, I was just like, what came to mind for me was the harmless click.
harmless.
Harmless click. You're clicking on a link, you're clicking on a website. It seems oh so innocent at first, but it's the road that people end up going on. And the other thing that I really like, and because I was taking notes as you were speaking, is the science, the dopamine. That darn dopamine, I mean, I love it and I hate it.
Really?
Totally feel like when I was speaking in leadership and I was actually doing leadership development for Johnson and Johnson, one of the vice presidents, she had shared with me because she's a very confident woman. I mean, you don't get to VP level without a level of confidence. And she said that she knows that her confidence blows people away, like pushes them away. She's like, there's two sides to every coin. There's the how her confidence inspires people on one side, but on the other side, it pushes other people away. And same thing with dopamine. Like there's the good side of dopamine, but the bad side of dopamine. So one of the other things about speaking about that science, if you've ever done like the DISC personality profile system, which is 4 quadrants, I mean, there's a whole scientific number of people. Like they love the numbers, they love the science. And so when you start to bring in some of the science about addiction, about what happens like down the road, it seems like an innocent click, but it becomes something very dangerous. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I've heard that it's equivalent to like cocaine.
Somewhat. So,
Somewhat.
but
Okay,
it's different.
go on. You're the
Dopamine
expert here.
there's no, it's not a drug. Okay. And they don't call it an addiction. Okay. They don't call it an addiction. The dopamine is there. But it's for enjoyment. But
It's a reward system.
but it has to be a constant enjoyment. You're not injecting anything, but the stimulation is watching that's turning you on. But again, you want more. And that's the hole that you're going into as far as when you go into watching these videos. It's a
Mhm.
hole. And you keep, almost like an abyss.
Let's work on your title. because I want your title to be about awareness. Because here's the thing about bringing you in, like we're going to build this awareness, not the how to quit watching porn.
Right.
Okay. Because there's a lot of people. I mean, there's a reason why it's called Alcoholics Anonymous, Overeaters Anonymous. People don't want to, like, showing up in person is like admitting and showing the world, like, I have this problem. So by you coming from that point of view of, I'm just building awareness around what happens with that innocent first click.
Yeah. I'm doing a later today,
Mhm.
something with AI, and I'm combining my book, the awareness of the ashamed, but
Mhm.
also cognitive behavior
Ooh.
and self-esteem.
Mhm.
Self-esteem. If you have self-esteem, chances are you're strong enough, not you won't go into that abyss. Okay, that'll click off that. Let's jump off the bridge. I don't want to do that. So that your self-esteem has to come into effect. Like, I don't want to do that right away. So that's where we have to go. Like you said, click.
An innocent click.
Like you
Yeah,
said, it's
that's
an innocent click, but I don't want to go there. So
right.
we have to educate. So
I was reading yesterday about, and this was about alcohol, and you can almost predict the people who are going to have problems with alcohol early on in their life. But those people who wait till the legal age, and here in the US, that's 21, if they wait to have their first drink at 21, the likelihood of them ever having a drinking problem is slim to none. But the earlier they start, the more likely they will actually have. And so I wonder if there's been research about pornography, about like how early it starts, that it becomes like that problem. Because I would imagine, like, I mean, I'm thinking about myself, like, did I have self-esteem at 15 years old? I don't think so.
but
Yeah. You didn't even
you know,
think about it. Okay.
when
Mhm.
I re-edited my book, I added the word bystander. Perfect for this because the Albert Einstein, they found a saying by Albert Einstein: the world will not be destroyed by evil, but by those who watch and don't do anything to stop it.
Mm,
It's
that's a great quote for you.
perfect.
Okay. Let's define. All right, you already have one homework assignment, and that is to change the title of your speech
Okay.
so that it's more around awareness instead of pointing the finger. Okay. But let's redefine like the audience that you want to speak for, because I know that you can speak for everybody. You
Yeah,
can be speaking to everyone. Wouldn't you agree?
yeah. But you
Okay.
can
Is there a specific audience that you are targeting right now?
teenagers.
Teenagers. Okay. That's still very vague. Slim it down even more. Where are you going to find those teenagers?
Can I say young adults, or that's too old?
No, you can still say young adults. If you say young adults, I'm still going to say that's still vague.
What that? Oh, Lori.
I know this is the hard part.
Yeah, I thought I had the teens, the down as far as that's my niche.
Okay. And here's why that's not a niche is because teenagers are everywhere. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've ever listened to any of these other speaker breakthrough sessions, but it is like climbing a mountain. And if you want to climb the teenager mountain, well, you're going to be climbing the athletic teenager mountains. And then you're going to have to come right back down because you're going to have to run over to this mountain,
Yeah.
which is the Christian teenage mountains. And then you're going to have to run over here to the girls like female teenager mountain. You're never going to get to the top. So I want you to pick a mountain. Be so specific about who you are speaking for so that you do climb to the top of that mountain. Because what happens is when you get to the top of that mountain, all the other mountains can see you. And this mountain of people, they're talking about you to their friends who are hiking those other mountains. That's just my lovely analogy about you want to pick one mountain to climb.
Yeah.
So who are the people that we want to be talking to?
Tough. Wow, Lord.
Yeah.
For this.
Mhm.
Well, dark. No, dark path is. Well, can't mention self-esteem. You can't. Um.
No, I want you to say like athletic boys, athletic girls, Christian girls, like just you have to get like very specific so that you know who you're going to be, what organizations you're going to be targeting to ask them to come in to speak. And I'm also going to add a little caveat to there's actually two mountains that you can be climbing at the same time, but no more than two. And because you have your audience of teenagers, you're trying to build the awareness with the teenagers. But what about with the parents? Building that awareness with the parents and giving them dialogue to have that conversation with their teenage son or daughter.
Yeah.
I have clients they help about like getting into college. Well, guess what? The kids are the ones that they're speaking to, but it's the parents who are paying to have that sort of a coach. So two very different audiences, two very different speeches so that you're building awareness with both of them. Okay, so I see that with you, like you have two. You've got the parents that you can be building awareness and giving them dialogue, how to have this conversation.
Yeah. I'm reaching PTAs first. So to get into see the kids in high schools. So
Okay.
the first is PTAs.
Okay.
I can't get to the teenagers until I get to the PTA. No, I
Take it to the teachers.
So
Okay. And I think
but
when you
still,
change your title, it's going to be more accepting. It's going to be like, oh, okay.
the young and the guilty.
Is that your target audience? The young and the good? Oh, is that a title?
Guilty is like nobody wants to be guilty, so it's better.
Yeah. No, you need more of an awareness title.
Or innocent guilt.
No. So here's what I want you to do because I know that you're already using AI and I want you to come up with a list. Like I want you to come up with 10 different titles. So I would like you to ask AI because what you're going to do is you're going to say like, I need a title of a speech for a keynote, the title of my presentation. You want to tell it who the audience is. Here's the audience that I'm speaking to. So if you're going to be speaking to PTAs, you're speaking to a group of parents and teachers, PTA. What's the transformation that's going to be in that speech? Okay, so basically, and then I want you to describe and also tell your AI, here's what I talk about in this presentation. And remember, it is about awareness. And so you want it, and then ask it to give you 10 different titles. That's your other homework assignment.
Okay. Okay.
And then I bet you'll be able to at least get 3 different really good titles from there. And those are the 3 that should be on your website. And then you just start testing them out. You can literally it can be the same speech, but you're basically A/B and testing titles. So when you talk to the PTA associations, well, I have this keynote or I have this keynote. And basically it's the same speech, but let's basically do market research and see which title is more resonating to people. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Can you ask the AI about parent teachers?
Parent-teacher
unions?
associations?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can.
I'm just thinking that they would be thinking about looking at that particular group of people.
Yeah, and so I would imagine that PTAs probably take the summer off because school is
That's why it was.
yeah. But when do they start up again? So start getting in touch with the different organizations, find some local organizations that are near you, and also that, like they say, you can't be a prophet in your own backyard, that are within a certain distance that you're willing to drive.
Yeah.
And then, if every school has a PTA association or every school district, you should be able to keep yourself very busy.
Yeah, I have to go that a little differently. I live in Costa Rica, so
I didn't know
that
that.
that's But I'm going to Alabama September, October to see
Okay.
2 prisons. So
Okay. Fantastic. So while you are there,
that's
so here's your third homework assignment. And this is a great way is to start now, finding and doing the research on a list of PTAs, because what you want to say is, I'm going to be in the area speaking. I have 2 other booked speaking events. Would love to come into your organization to share this talk.
Yeah.
Here's like talk A and talk B.
Yeah. When they know where I'm coming, I'm National Educational Coordinator for an outreach reentry ministry, and we're in Alabama, so I'm going to be at Montgomery and the other one. So Little Shoals. So
Yeah. You don't have to tell them everything.
no,
Remember,
no,
like
but
in your email, you can be, like, unless they ask, but basically you are giving 2 speeches that are in the area. You're traveling from Costa Rica, so they don't have to pay for your travel. Like, hey, I can come in and give this talk to your association.
yeah,
That
okay,
should
no,
work
no,
really well. Okay. And then
oh,
you're going to have a better title, and you're going to offer them title A or title B. And then you're going to have a post-event process that gets you more business afterwards. How's that sound?
challenging, but at least, but it's a better direction. I'm glad as far as picking out the better title. The title was a title. I mean, a lot of places I cannot use that title, and like social media, you can't use the title.
No.
It
So that's why we're going to change the title so that
that,
it's
that
something a little softer.
yeah.
You're
But
building awareness.
we've been soft for 10 years, and look, and now we're soft for it.
Well, I agree, but you have to think as a meeting planner.
Yeah.
They're going to think like, I bring this guy in with this rough title. I don't think anybody's going to show up.
Okay.
But you have just picked, that's why I asked you that original question. And you chose, I want to build awareness. So we're going to lead with awareness, but also talk about the other things. Like what we can do, prevention, resources, science behind it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Please tell people 2 things. One is, what are 1 or 2 gold nuggets that you're walking away with today?
More education. So it comes down to, and I'm always open ever since the calling.
I'm glad that what I was able to share with you is helpful. So would you tell people where they can find you, follow you, and learn a little bit more about you?
Okay. My book is on Amazon.com. What Bad We Do, Don't Ever Cross the Line. And I have a website, OurSoulsDirection.com.
Yes. Yes. I love it. Thank you so much, Ray. What you are doing, the world needs you. More children need you. They need this awareness. So thank you so much for what you do. And if you would like to book your own speaker breakthrough session, keep listening. Are you tired of hearing crickets on social media? Wondering where to get seen by the right people? Or frustrated with the growth of your business? Then the speaker breakthrough session is just for you. During this free 20-minute discovery call, I'll help you recognize where you're leaving money and opportunity on the table. You'll walk away with tips and a strategy to leverage speaking opportunities to get positioned as the expert, visible to the right people, and monetize your expertise. Book your call at speakandstandout.com/SBS for Speaker Breakthrough Session.